Today's AskReddit post. What's something you hate but wished you loved? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. Going to bed early. I love sleep, but I have a mental block about going to bed before I absolutely have to or just fall asleep in my chair. It's caused serious problems. I think I read somewhere there is a term for that in Japanese. I don't know the word, but it translates as procrastination sleep revenge. Apparently it's a condition of people who don't have much control over their lives, so they stay up late as an act of subconscious defiance to reclaim some of their dignity or something like that. Exercise. The hardest part is starting. If possible, try finding a gym exercise partner to start going with. It will significantly increase your chances of going, especially when you don't feel like it, as you keep each other accountable. Once you get into the habit of the routine, and you start seeing tangible benefits to your health appearance, it gets a lot easier. Positive reinforcement is a hell of a drug. Yeah, people say that, but it's not true for everyone. Here's the truth about exercise for some people. It's something you need to do, in some form, on a regular basis. It's like brushing your teeth. Do you enjoy brushing your teeth? Instead of working towards enjoying it, work towards tolerating it as part of your schedule. Look for little areas where you already are active to increase your activity also. Park further away, go the long way to the break room, etc. But also just schedule and adhere to an allocated time of working out. Set little reminders everywhere and notes encouraging you. Find something to do while working out. Walk in front of the TV. Lift weights while listening to a book, etc. Reward yourself, but remember you are just trying to desensitize yourself to the things you don't like about working out. But don't work out if you hate it, expecting to fall in love with it or even enjoy it. That might happen, but if it doesn't, you will derail your progress. Instead, get used to doing it every day and it'll become a natural behavior. Honestly, even if you do enjoy it, unless you really love it, discipline beats motivation every day of the week. Many people will take up an exercise they like for a couple of months, miss a few days and never go back, or won't push through winter, or will let a setback totally derail them. Truth is, you need something that you like a little bit, at least, like more than the alternatives. Maybe due to convenience, body type, etc. that you can do, even if you have to push yourself 30 minutes of most days of the week. It got to the point where I still hate going, but if I don't I feel wrong. So I guess get to that point. Like that 3 weeks gyms were shut down, I felt awful. Work, because it consumes more of life than I'd prefer. I honestly don't understand how there are people making millions a year and they still work. Like I would work for a bit at that wage and then stop after I'd saved and never work another day. Me too. The amount of people who say they would keep working if they won the lottery is staggering. I enter the lottery in hopes that if I win I can retire right now in my early 30s and never have to look at another roster, serve another customer, be told what colors I'm allowed to have my hair, or set another alarm ever again. I want to live the aloof yet exclusive lifestyle of some eccentric creative millionaire. Nice place but nothing too huge and ridiculous. Trendy or peaceful location for said home. Nothing cookie cutter setup for the workaday masses. Focus on my hobbies, both creative and leisure, full time, and just up and do something whenever I feel like it, no matter what time or day it is. Stay up late every night and sleep in every morning, and always be available for anything I'm invited to or sounds interesting. I kept myself entertained before work, and also more recently during quarantine. Never wanted to or missed work either time. Literally only do it because starvation and homelessness is my only alternative. Would quit right now if I won even just a couple million and try to invest that smartly to hopefully have it pay my bills and feed me for my remaining years. Waking up. Morning people. How do you do it? Me. When people tell you how nice you are or show appreciation towards you, and you're just mentally like, why do they say do these things concerning me? Edit. A word. Talking to people. You sound like someone I would talk to if I liked talking to people. You sound like someone I would talk to if I liked talking to people. Now kiss. Now kith. The gym. I cannot understand how people get so hooked on it, but I wish I could. The longest time I was a gym member was 4 months. Went 3 times a week and hated every minute. As soon as I lost the weight I eat it out of there. I like the gym because I set up my iPad on the treadmill and binge watch YouTube videos while running. Can't do that outside. Get fit while doing something I already do. Same. I listen to a podcast while working out. I have practically no other time to do it. So cliffhanger help get me fit lol. Coffee. Everyone just seems to love it so much. And I sometimes feel like I'm missing out. Being pregnant. It is not something I enjoy. Not one bit. Hopefully our next evolutionary step is growing babies on trees or some shit. When I was pregnant people would ask me if I love it. And I would always say, it's weird. I wanted to feel that love for being pregnant like my mom did. But honestly it was weird, uncomfortable and confusing. I felt the love for my child. But the being pregnant part was just weird. Maybe I'll like it more next time lol. I hated it all 3 times and people would like to tell me how selfish I was for feeling that way. I didn't like feeling any of my girls move. Because it was weird. Everything about pregnancy was just weird to me. Loved them unconditionally. And if they didn't move I'd freak out. But pregnancy sucks. Man. People who call mother selfish for feeling uncomfortable seriously deserve to have a bowling ball strapped to their waist for all eternity. You're growing a living being with a giant head inside your belly. You deserve some sympathy. I'm sorry your pregnancy sucked and I hope you had nice PPL supporting you aside from those assholes. Roller coasters. Hated them as a kid and tried again as an adult. But still hated them. Sucks being the person stuck holding things at amusement parks carnivals because everyone else loves them. I can't do high adrenaline inducing rides and the biggest one of them is roller coasters. The adrenaline gives me the same feeling as when I have a panic attack, which makes me struggle to not have an actual panic attack in response. Never found them fun anyways so not really a loss at least. Parties. I rarely go. When I do I mostly feel nervous. Even around good friends. About 1 in 10 times it becomes fun. But I avoid parties generally because the odds are bad for me. I have to convince myself that there's a work reason to go so that I just suck it up and get the job done. Yay. Parties are the worst to me. Never really had fun at a party. I always ended up tired and really wanting to go home. To be fair, that's also how parties end for people who enjoy parties. Stealth games. They seem like they'd be fun, but they just frustrate me so much. I don't know what it is. Maybe I am just not patient enough, but I can't do it either. I always run in head first. I played one of the Metal Gear games from a decade ago and just wanted to bum rush the enemies. Turns out, once I ran out of ammo those guys still kept coming over the wall over and over again. Did not finish. Studying. This so true. Online school has made me discover even more that I have a big procrastinating problem. I would wake up feeling ready to get things done and when I try I just get distracted. Running. I get up 30 minutes earlier than usual to run every morning. But damn it I hate doing it. I only force myself to do it since that makes me feel not guilty. Perhaps a little happy too. All day. I always have like enough energy to run a mile and then when I actually run I can only run for 5 seconds. I struggle to get into a good breathing rhythm. I have the stamina to be able to run a decent distance when I get in rhythm but most of the time I start thinking I'm not breathing enough when I actually am. It throws me off and I have a mini breathing panic. Took me a while to get used to wearing face masks too. I think it's something to do with the temperature of the air around your face. I've managed to get used to it though thankfully. To fix this problem, you can do something like inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale or inhale, inhale, exhale. You'll have to consciously remind yourself at first but it actually works. Before you know it, it'll be part of your routine. Being sober. Seeing this while hungover is rough. Driving. It makes me so anxious. What about you? What do you hate about it? My coworker. We spent so much time together and my week would be so much more enjoyable if she wasn't such a miserable person to be around. I feel nosy lol. What makes her miserable to be around? They are just really negative and arrogant person. They constantly play the victim card and think everyone is holding them back. But it's just that they are an asshole and rude to everyone. Honestly, she seems pretty unhappy and sometimes I feel bad for her. But she just drags down our entire department with her bad attitude and it makes my own job so much more stressful. Tomatoes. So many foods have tomatoes in them. And the only food with tomatoes in it that I eat is pizza. And even then only the kind with very little sauce. I can't stand the taste of them. But I wish I could because they're in practically everything. This is me, except with cheese. It's in everything. But I hate it so much. Plus, that's the one fact about me that people fixate on. And I get so ducking sick of all the Claire hates cheese jokes. Gets so old. Claire hates cheese guys Reading. Sex. Well, I don't hate it, but I don't care about it either. There are dozens of things I would rather do with my time. And sexual content in media sometimes spoils it for me since I can't relate. I'm happily asexual. I've had tests done on my hormones. It's not a health issue, and I feel like it's a lot more mentally freeing to not think about or worry about sex. You see the trope in TV shows where people are all bent out of shape and off their groove over X amount of time without getting laid, and that just seems like such a dumb thing to get twisted up over. Affairs have always baffled me, too. Like, are people really so driven by their sexual urges that they would betray someone they supposedly care about to have sex with someone else? I just don't get it. It's not always about sex. In some cases it's more emotional, to feel loved, or feel desired, or just feel something. I agree. I'd say it's often not about the sex itself and more about feeling that connection, novelty, or a spark of joy again. It doesn't excuse the betrayal, but it's usually driven by a lack in the relationship. The beach. Oh, yeah, my wife is from Southern California, so the beach is in her DNA or something, and we have to go every time we are there. I hate sand. I hate carrying all the cap across 200 yards of sand. I hate sand. I hate the cold water, the wind, and most of all, I hate sand. Eating like a normal person. I really wish I liked foods other people like, but I often don't. I've been working at trying new things, and often retry things to see if my tastes have grown to include it or not, with varying success. My most recent I finally enjoy eating this is ketchup. Just to give you an idea, ketchup is one of those things I'm iffy about. It tastes weird but it's okay with fries or other deep fried snacks. Doesn't taste good through much else. Makeup. I wish I could wear it but I just find it so uncomfortable that I can't take it and I always end up wiping it off within 20 minutes. Getting drunk. You're better off hating it. Onions. My palate is severely limited and they're inducting everything. Asterisk. Came here to say this. LOL. I like a lot of food, but I just can't do onions. Raw onions smell like a burp to me, and cooked onions. It's a texture thing. Same here. Love lots of foods, but not onions, or celery. I can tolerate cooked, soft, mild onions if they're not too many, but I cannot stand crunchy, potent, raw onions. Completely ruins a meal for me, and then when you tell people you don't like onions you always get the look. Olives. They are supposedly very healthy and a great snack, but they always taste super salty to me. They are super salty. Might be why I love them, but I can understand if you don't like them because of it. Eggplant. They seems to be in every meal nowadays. Maybe you have a very different selection of places you go than me, but I don't think I have ever had a meal with eggplant in it. I love eggplant and wish this problem plagued my region. Meeting new people. Big mood. One of the most stressful situations to exist, probably ever. Star Wars. My birthday is the 4th of May, so I grew up hating it, because I always heard May the 4th be with you more than I did happy birthday, even from my own parents, who have the full knowledge that I hate Star Wars, and always have. I literally dread my birthday every year because I never get presents, parties, or happy birthday wishes. Just shitty Star Wars jokes. Imagine how sick it would be if I actually liked Star Wars, but nope. I hate it. I've tried to set any preconceived notions of it aside and actually enjoy it for its plot, characters, etc. But I just can't. It's all so stupid to me. Laser swords and telekinetic frogs? No thanks. Me having been born on the 4th of May just makes it worse. It's more than an annoyance. It actually legitimately ruins my birthday every single year because all I hear is Star Wars shit and I literally cannot escape it. Your parents never threw you parties or gave you a single present and just give you a lame joke? WTF. I mean, I got a couple parties, and I sometimes, not always, got a small present like a pocket knife or a baseball cap, but yeah, for the most part all I ever got from them were Star Wars jokes. That being said, I'm an adult now and have no involvement with my family anymore and don't have any close friends. So yeah, I never get parties or presents, just Star Wars jokes. That sucks. Sorry to hear that, colon. Hopefully you'll make some awesome close friends or have an awesome relationship so you can have proper fun birthdays. Anime. Yup, don't hate it or anything, but I could just never get into it. Yes, I've tried to watch all the classics people always recommend. It's strange, because I'm a huge gamer, particularly RPGs, including a lot of very weeb JRPG series. I've been to Japan a bunch of times. I've dated a bunch of girls who were very into anime. You'd think I'd be exactly the kind of guy who loves anime, but I'm just not. Edit. I should specify, I didn't just watch stuff the internet told me to. I have friends who are huge weebs and have tried to get me into it. Also, as I said, several of my girlfriends loved anime and would get me to watch it with them. I'd cuddle with them on the couch and watch, because I loved them and loved spending time with them, and I appreciated them wanting to share their interests with me, but it just doesn't seem to be my thing. That's cool. We can't all love everything, and I'm glad the people who do love anime have found something they enjoy so much. Vegetables. Edit. Also, happy cake day. I only hate one vegetable, celery. The problem is I love Cajun and Creole cooking. Celery is one of the holy trinity of vegetables in lots of dishes. Celery, bell pepper, onion, classic mapois. Seafood. Lobsters are just sea crickets that are difficult to eat. Anal. Honest words from a gay dude. It's genuinely awful the first half dozen times cause you're full of tension. You can't really do anything about that. It's natural. Just need to try a few more times. Then it gets good. Go slow. Go super slow. More lube. Then even more lube. And try again. Acquired taste if there ever has been one. Pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. I am not into health food. I am into champagne. Cooking. The best way to enjoy cooking is to cook things you really enjoy. I'm not a big cook but I like to bake. I ended up applying the same joie de vivre to baking to my cooking. Math and exercising. Mayonnaise. I can't stand it and hate that is a standards on most if not all sandwiches. Everyone I order fast food or a burger, even though I say no mayo, I stress out that they will still put it on. I just wish the devil's condiment didn't bother me so much. Agreed. I have nothing against mayo as an ingredient, as long as it doesn't dominate whatever it's in. Mayo as a condiment, though, is an abomination. Please leave it off my sandwich. Most of popular culture. I've become so cynical lately and can't see past the fact that most of the society is consumption based and for the most part driven by money. It's hard to make good friends and engage in normal conversation when you aren't able to relate to a lot of what people talk about. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.